Hello guys, this is All Alongside here, and today we're gonna be kind of updating about my channel. And there's been a lot of things happening in Black Desert, and there's a lot of negativity going around because of this this huge amount of changes in this past month. And I try not to kind of panic or like kind of spread negativity. So I try to avoid until they try to like address the issues about current PvP, and they're still working on it. And as they promised, they didn't manage to get it in a month, which I kind of guessed that's the case because it's trying to balance the game from like a ground point, like completely from the scratch is like impossible to do in like 1 month. You just don't have the enough data. And now they're doing this global test server in a JP, and it's kind of a bit too late for that, in my honest opinion. So yes, today I'm gonna be kind of slightly talking about this stuff, and also another thing is the Wizard and Witch bug damage for North America, Europe, Korea, I don't know, Southeast Asia. Like all the other servers seems to be affected, and at least in my experience, I don't experience any kind of damage, low damage whatsoever. And I don't hear any wizard, at least here in our server, kind of talking about wizard having like low damage, witch having low damage in their awakening. Like none at all. Even if I look at the like, there should be something. They should be saying something about it, but there's none. So I was like so confused why North America and Europe server seems to be having this lower damage issues. And yeah, it's kind of really bad. And then the update last week, which was the Nerf, when you like going to collect the 100% rage, is gonna be lowered to the point that you won't get any rage buff in terms of PvP that fast. Like how worse it got was, let's say I was like dueling someone 1v1. Before the patch, I could like get 100% within that 1v1 situation easily, and now I could only get like 1 or 2% from that whole 1v1 fight. And it will take me like 50 minutes before I will even get like 30% or like 50%, which is kind of ridiculous. So if you like kind of combine the lower damage on awakening bug, and now that wizard's one of the strongest skill, which is the 100% rage, seems to be indirectly nerfed. If the what's this, the bolt of destruction kind of got nerfed, 40% less damage, but I don't think that matters, as I don't think that that's a huge deal. I mean, they were powerful to begin with, but the fact that you cannot collect more, what do you call this, you cannot collect more damage, I mean you cannot collect more rage, so it's kind of useless right now. So basically what I did, at least when I do the RBF, I do okay, not occasionally, I will probably get like 1 or 2 times my 100% rage. Then basically I would like alt B, lock my 100%, and just use the newly released 100% rage buff. Basically that's the 30 AP plus 25% casting speed for 1 minute. And that's, I would say, pretty insane, because it's 30 AP and a 25% casting speed. That's very very powerful in my own opinion. So if you're like, let's say, grinding on places but you're not really geared yet, or like something like the best place to use this kind of buff is something that you cannot kill in like something that it will take you like 4 skills or like 5 skills to kill, but has this huge amount of mob density like feather wolves on Kama Sylvia. So if you're like kind of grinding at those places, I would say the 100% rage buff, the new one, would like definitely benefit you when you're grinding there because it's insane. And what I'm talking about is you can stack it with a buff, which is like you get buff on critical accuracy, casting speed, and then 20 AP. So when you both of those buff stacks, so within that 30 seconds you're kind of getting 50 AP. And if Blizzard wasn't nerfed by a split damage, I would say this would be like one of the most insane thing. Like I would definitely use that. I would just use 100% rage buff and then E buff, Sage Memory, and then Blizzard. Then I'll probably destroy everything from far away. Yeah, you could kind of do that, I would say. So right now, at least at this moment, I don't I don't use my 100% rage despite me being a wizard. I don't use them anymore. I just out B lock them. Just be done with it. About the wizard and witch damage nerf or like bug, it's kind of hard to say because let's say uh, what do you call this, Korea, North America, Europe, Southeast Asia, and I'm not sure if it's South America. All other servers seems to be affected by the lower damage from Awakening flow, but I don't seem to experience it. But every other server seems to experience it. So I did a I did a 1 hour grind at Mansham. I did stream that. I uploaded it on YouTube so you can like kind of see it in my channel later on. It's I'll like link it on the description. It's how do you say this? I I I I cannot say if this is a nerf or a bug because every other servers is experiencing it. So maybe it is really a nerf for a wizard and our server, which is Japanese, doesn't seems to have the update yet. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure because in the patch notes they didn't say anything. Even in NAEU Korea, Southeast Asia, they didn't say anything about Wizards flow getting nerfed or something. Like completely none. They didn't even the next week's patch. I mean, last week. I mean, yeah, the last patch. They didn't even say anything. And first the Japanese patch came, and then we were like, okay, there's nothing written because I think there's nothing wrong with the wizard and which at that time, so they didn't mention anything. And then North American Europe server patch came up, and they didn't say anything either. And then they loaded up their game. They tried the damage. They they didn't fix it. So maybe it's a nerf, maybe it's a bug. I cannot say for sure because I it seems that I'm the only one who's not experiencing it, or like only the Japan server seems to be not experiencing it because it's possible for like certain region not to adopt certain nerfs for certain class. So it's kind of possible that that's the case, or let's be like uh, positive minded. It is a bug, and they're just taking a long time to fix it. It's okay if it's a bug if they say something that there's something wrong with the class, and the problem is that they didn't say anything, and that's kind of what worries if it's a really a stealth nerf or if it's really a bug. So you people who want to like kind of see my damage, I did a 1 hour grind at Mountsham. You can kind of see that in my it's already uploaded in my YouTube, so you can kind of see it. I was like talking to my with my guild mates, so yeah, you can like see how my damage is. I will usually like to usually like use 2 skills on a small Mancham soldiers. and just be done with it. And what's insane that I tried to use the 100% rage buff. I just alt B lock my 100%. Then I grind it with the E buff, then stack it with the 100% rage buff. Then I would just straight up one shot these smaller mancha mobs. And it's kind of insane because that's one of the positive things that I would say in terms of grinding. Like you could like greatly increase your grind speed because you could do like E buff and then kill a lot, and then once your rage meter fills up, use your rage buff and then get 30 AP. Then while you're doing that, your cooldown for your E buff will probably be down before the 1 minute buff of the rage buff gonna be out. So that's one of the most I would say positive things about it. Except that maybe they should like slightly increase the rate you would get rage, because it's impossible to get in a PvP right now. And with the new rage buff, I could just completely use the rage buff, even no matter how good Wizard's 100% ultimate attack is. I would almost always use the 1 minute 30 AP buff for sure, because that will like guarantee that I would like kill or something. Like, let's be real, like, would you use a skill that has a, let's say, chance to deal like 80% of their HP with one skill, but you won't like kind of able to finish them off, or you would like use the 30 AP E buff, and it's not just one skill, you can like keep that buff for 1 hour, 1 minute. And that's like one of the most insane things. I mean, all class got it, so that's a good thing. If they didn't nerf the Blizzard and they released the new buff, the new rage buff, it will be insane, because that would be like 50 AP with 25% casting speed. You would just instantly melt people. That's like one of the good news about it. I just don't want to like spread as much negativity into the game. I mean, they're doing something, but the problem is that they're kind of breaking the game piece by piece every time they release a new patch. It's kind of hilarious. And the BDO Reddit has become like so much cancer in this past month. It's been all about the stupid nerf things. So yeah, that's what I got to say at the moment. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.